Welcome to Max Takes on the World, and today I'll be giving you a tour of Lake Atitlan, Guatemala, as well as some travel tips. Now, when you come here to Lake Adelin, there's a different couple places you could stay. I'm currently staying here in San Pedro. It's one of the more popular places to stay. You also have another option available, San Marcos, and a few other places, but mainly San Marcos and San Pedro, I would say, are the two most popular options. You should stay here on the lake. Right now, I'm in the Central Park of San Pedro, and I find this to be the best option to like shop around here, eat food if you want to save money. It's not as touristy as the main area I'm going to show you, and a little bit more locals are up here. It's a little bit more of a authentic experience, and you can save money if you're on budget travel. I will walk down and I'll show you guys this beautiful lake. It's so super gorgeous. Everything's really small here. It's super easy to get around. Like, we use these, they call them tuk-tuks. We use these tuk-tuks here to get around, but honestly, you don't even need a tuk-tuk. Everything in San Pedro is within walking distance. These tuk-tuks are all around town, and you'll never have a problem finding a ride. There's no Uber here because the roads are very small and narrow, but like, these tuk-tuks are everywhere. Super easy to get to different places of the lake, different towns, because they have these boats here, these water taxis pretty much, and they operate until nighttime. I'm not sure the exact hour they finish, but every time I see them, they're always operating. So you can go from here to San Pedro, to San Marcos, to San Juan, to wherever, all over the lake, and it's really easy, really simple to get around. If you're coming to Lake Adelin, like, the very best thing I think to do is to go to Indian Nose and watch the sunrise. Indian Nose is right behind me here, and the hike, everyone says, oh, it's easy, but at the end I thought it was a little tough, but it's very doable. It's not hard, and man, the sunrise is amazing because you see the sun rising, and there's a volcano here. I'll show you the volcano, and you see the sunrise, and it's like a truly magical experience, like Disney World, but in Guatemala. If you plan on taking a boat to travel to different places on the lake, I recommend you sit in the middle of the boat. I sat in the front once. I got entirely soaking wet. I ended up having my phone get wet, and you know how that goes, phone issues and all that. So long story short, sit in the middle and save yourself from getting drenched. There are so many tourists that come here to San Pedro. I meet a lot of people from different countries, but I don't meet that many Americans. So Americans, start coming to San Pedro, start coming to Latin America, because it's safe. All right, now I'll show you around like the main area here in San Pedro. It's really only like one street, pretty narrow, lots of different bars and coffee shops. This place right here is my favorite restaurant to come to, La Terraza. It's pretty good, inexpensive as well. Sublime is another popular bar, but I don't know, I really just don't like their music or like the vibe, but like a lot of people like it. I don't really like it though, to be honest. I possibly think here in San Pedro could be an up-and-coming place for digital nomads, just because like the Wi-Fi, it really depends where you're at, but most of the Wi-Fi is really good, and you know, the prices are super reasonable here, like very reasonable, and you have the lake, a lot of options to do different things. I feel like it's in a good location, and the weather for the most part is pretty good too. If you're walking the streets of San Pedro and you hear people speaking a different language than Spanish, that's because they are here, they still speak the original Maya language, normally with like friends and family. Another interesting fact is they have different dialects of the Mayan language, so the Mayan language they speak here is different from just across the lake, and they can't understand each other. I thought that was a little strange, like how they have like, I think it's over 20 different variations of the Maya language. If you're coming here, I recommend you bring cash, because like most of the business here, they only take cash. Like few accept card, but they'll do like a a 10% extra fee for the card. And the ATM fees here are ridiculously crazy, so I would get cash from elsewhere and bring it here with you. When I say the ATM fees are crazy, I mean like $6 US, so not like absurdly crazy, but if you could save on that interest fee, do it. I've actually been taking Spanish classes here in San Pedro for the last 3 weeks, and man, it's been a great experience. I'm learning so much, and I would recommend to you, if you're going to be here for a week or more, like try Spanish class out. It's super fun. The school I've been going to is called Lake Adelin Spanish School, and it's really cool, super professional. They give you snacks, and also you can stay with a host family if you want to. And staying with a host family, like my experience here has been amazing. They make really good food, and just, yeah, take a Spanish class, you won't regret it. I have class here. I get the view of this lake, gorgeous, gorgeous Lake Adelin. And then boom, look behind me here. It's a volcano, but not an active volcano, so we're safe. In terms of safety, Lake Atitlan Guatemala, I think is super safe. Like, you'll have no problems walking alone at night or anything like that. Totally cool. So, I showed you around San Pedro and I gave you a lot of facts for San Pedro. I also want to talk about San Marcos a little bit. San Marcos is just across the lake. It's probably about like a 10-15 minute boat ride from San Pedro. It's much smaller, but man, San Marcos, it's hippie vibes for sure. Like, a lot of hippies go there. It's known for that. A lot of healthy, conscious people, a lot of yoga, a lot of meditation and stuff like that. I also hear like San Marcos is very famous for like drugs and all that kind of stuff. So some people don't like it because of that, and then some people do like it, and I think it's worth checking out. It's very small and narrow. You can do it in like a day. It's only like a day trip. If you have any questions on Lake Adelin, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll gladly answer your question. Alright guys, that concludes this video. Make sure you hit that like button if you got some good advice from this, and click that subscribe button for more content. I'm traveling Latin America for 7 more months, then who knows what's next. But until next time, fight on.